It seems that either they believed in this or they had a knowledge of a science. For lack of better words, I call it the science of immortality. They were very, very convinced that they knew how to convert a physical entity, a physical body, dead body, and revive it to become a spiritual body. They seem to be very, very convinced of this. Now, for us, in our scientific way of thinking, in our modern world, we have difficulty in accepting this. We have difficulty in considering this. But this is what it's more than a belief. They went to a lot of trouble. I mean, building a pyramid like the Great Pyramid it still mystifies engineers today. We don't know how they did it. We don't know how they lifted the stones. We don't know how they placed them with such perfection. So the monument and its design method implores, I mean, it's almost screaming out that it has a different meaning. And the meaning seems to be universal, some sort of message, and that message, if we accept what they say in their text, is a science of immortality, a kind of metaphysical science. Having gone that far, I am inclined to think, again, very difficult to prove, but I'm inclined to think that there is a means to access that science, not through the way that we're attempting today, not through external science, not through trying to understand the external world, but an internal world. It's as if the knowledge is kind of stored inside, that we have it, but we don't know how to access it, either in our DNA or in our genetic system or in the brain structure. We have knowledge, and that's the impression they give. They seem to have accessed this knowledge. They knew how to get to it. And that to me is what I'm very interested in these days. I'm going out of I'm still halfway in the middle, because I see myself as a kind of Renaissance man. I mean, I've just written a book about the Renaissance period, where what we call the old sciences, magic and astrology and Kabbalah and all these old sciences were straddled with the new discoveries. They were moving into what we call today empirical science. You had people like Galileo and others who kind of had a conflict, because on the one hand they had one foot into these kind of old sciences, and then they had access to new information, how the world was formed, mathematical sciences and so forth. I feel the same. I'm a bit of a hardline scientist. I mean, I'm an engineer by profession. I've studied astronomy. But I begin to think that, hence why I'm interested in these kind of conferences. I'm meeting people. I'm very resistant. I mean, I must say, channeling, psychic phenomena to me is something that but I'm beginning to be interested in that. I think that we have a metaphysical capacity, that we can access a knowledge that is stored inside us. That knowledge comes from way, way into our origins, way before the earth was even formed. We're the product of a universal expansion. We're it. And I'm very convinced of this.